Well, either A, this is going to break the meta, and I know for a fact some people aren't going to be happy that I'm going to be talking about it, but I think it's time to talk about the most OP weapon in Heroes Online 2. Hello everybody, my name is Bosco8, and welcome to another video. Now this one's just going to be a bit shorter because I don't really have much to say with this, but I thought I'd get it out. I know for a fact that I'm gonna get a lot of either hate or love for this video because it has to do with probably one of the most broken weapons in the game that nobody wants to talk about, but we're going to talk about it anyway, and that is the Gear Blade. Now, what exactly does it do? So we're going to go over that first, and then I'm going to go over the crafting recipe. So the Gear Blade. First off, it gives a 8% buff in strength. I go over this more in my video, but the short version of it basically is that haste basically gives a 5-second cooldown to all of your moves. The moves specifically in your move set. This includes your awakening moves as well. So what I like to do personally is use the moves that I feel comfortable with and then use haste, which will lower that cooldown for said moves by 5 seconds. And the great part is, haste itself takes like a 10-second cooldown, which means by the time it's done and the moves are done cooling down, you have haste available again on a repeated loop essentially. You could just keep using haste each time you use like a long cooldown related move, which makes it very broken if you like to spam. Now, that may not seem like a lot, but what you want is this move, haste. What haste does, it gives a 5-second cooldown to all the moves in your moveset, and I mean all of them, including and not limited to your awakening. Meaning, if I do something like this, and then follow it up with this, you see what I mean there? All of those moves have now just been reduced by 5 seconds. And this has a 10-second cooldown, meaning by the time I'm done spamming the next set of moves, this will already be done so I can do it again. And this also applies towards your awakening moves as well. Meaning you could probably, if you have OFA, pop off a lot, and I mean a lot of your infinite, what's the move called? Just let me just here. A lot of the infinity smash moves, which is crazy. But yeah, overall, the next part is how to craft it. Now, it requires, if I remember correctly, and I'll probably correct myself when I look through my video, 2 iron ore, 1 rusty gear blade, and 2 gears. I'm going to show you guys where you can get the gear parts first. Now, does this mean there's one in the villain area? Probably, but I don't really know. There was one before, but I think it got removed because it was bugged. But other than that, yeah. To get iron, I think everyone here knows where you can get iron, but just in case, I'll show you anyway. You're going to need at least a bronze pickaxe, if I remember correctly. Most of the ores and everything you need to mine are going to be all the way in the back behind the Hero Academy. So you go over here, and this is where you can find them. To get a rusty gear blade, those are usually boss drops, or you could just buy it at the, I believe it's, people call it the secret shop, but it's not very secret. You could just buy it from what I like to call it is the weapons store behind the Vitel building if you're a villain. So I will show you where to go if you're a hero at least. So starting from the Hero Academy, just take a nice long walk all the way over here. I believe there is a bit of a shortcut if you go over here. Then, because usually you just, so if you see this building, this is the villain building, you just have to go, I believe it's straight. Yeah, here it is. Then this is where you can get the rusty gear blade. So once you have all those pieces together, I'm going to make sure I have the crafting recipe right, just because I don't want to accidentally mislead people. You then go in here. 1. And there you go. You have a gear blade. Now overall, this thing is very useful for things like team battles or anything like that. Essentially, the best thing to go with this is OFA, and definitely if you wanted to Giant, but that was back before Giant got heavily nerfed. So this thing is just overall great with any of your quirks. So essentially, the only real great thing about it is the haste, which again gives a 5-second cooldown to everything. But that's pretty much all I can say. The rest is up to you and how you want to use this. Since it gives a buff in strength and you're just running a full quirk set, it's not going to do that much for you. But again, that's pretty much it. As always, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Bosco8, and I will see you all later. Bye!